One of my special interests since I was very small is like fairy tales, and it kind of evolved into mythology, and then it kind of like transformed naturally into like spirituality, but specifically into the types of like cultural like identities and norms and like consistencies throughout cultures. And that's why I find mythical creatures extremely interesting, because you'll see multiple different cultures that, believe in like wolfmen, multiple different cultures that believe in dragons, multiple different cultures that believe in shapeshifters, multiple different cultures that believe in mermaids. And it makes you really start to think about like what these like human hybrids represent in like the collective consciousness. And like because like if everybody's thinking about it, it kind of makes it real. It gets to this concept of egregore that is kind of like being felt, especially now in like the social media space. And the more I kind of like learn about magic and mysticism, the more I kind of learn about like certain frequencies that people can operate on that are not human. Like, and some people like talk about like how some people are running through the world like NPCs. I think of them as just kind of running on like default fight or flight, um, like cerebellum behavior. But like once you kind of exit that mind space and you allow yourself to receive more possibilities, different types of consciousness in regards on like what you can be, like you'll start to understand like those egregores of understanding of like, oh, energy vampirism, star seeds, stuff like that. These are things that like you can actually like tap into and start to understand on a more full perspective. And if you are of like lower brain function where you're not able to, because your cerebellum can't receive that type of energy, it just sounds like it's a bunch of crazy people. I think what's happening now is that like the cerebellums of people have been on overdrive because survival is so difficult. I think it was like a schema to kind of make people shut their minds off to that higher understanding, but it actually created a sort of activation because the survival brain wasn't enough to survive. So more people are understanding telepathy and like starting to see other humans as mythical beings and like having to reckon with that.